Well, hello there, all you strange and interesting creatures of the internet. Welcome back to the All Seasons, and yes, we have finally arrived. Despite the best intentions of Michael Massey in the F2 season, we are here for Formula One at last. Yes, and of course we're going to jump straight into the Mercedes and start the season, aren't we? Hello? No, of course not. It wouldn't be the All Seasons otherwise, would it? No, of course we are going to go with the worst car in the field. Yes, it's time to return to Claire Williams' ample, comforting bosom. Yes, and we return to Williams Racing. Yes, the slowest potato car in the field for 2020. Fantastic. I cannot wait to get this season started. I really can't. So let's get on with it then. And our teammate is going to be George Russell. Yes, so much better than Queen Latifah. We don't want him in our team, do we? Now, unfortunately, I forgot that this is not the official season in F1 2020, of course, due to the COVID outbreak. None of this actually stood. Now, it was suggested to me that I did a 16-race season, which would have sort of been pretty close to the 17-race season that we had in real life. But unfortunately, the All Seasons gets a little bit close towards the end of some of these championships. And I didn't want to compromise that by having just a limited amount of races. So we are going to go for the full 22-race season, which means that the Hanoi circuit is on the calendar. That's going to be annoying, isn't it? Very annoying. And others as well. And we're just going to do the standard championship all the way until the end. And of course, the Yas Marina circuit. So there you go then. There is our super potato Williams underneath the covers waiting to be revealed. Well, it's not much to reveal because we know what the car looks like, but there you go. There you go. So it's time to move on to the Australian Grand Prix. Before that, we get a welcome to the team from Claire. Thank you, Claire. Look at this. She was still in charge in 2020. She could be in charge of me any time. Anyway, let's move on to the unveiling of the Williams car for 2020. Now, I have noticed in this championship, this is the first time I've actually done a driver championship, and there's a couple of things missing. As you can see, there's no sort of social media on the right hand side, and all of these sort of bits on here you can't actually adjust yourself. It looks like it's all done automatically by the team, which I have to say I pretty much like. Yes, I pretty much do like that. So there you go. So there's everything that you need to do. But as I say, it's pretty much done by the team and it's all out of your hands. You just concentrate on driving the car. And I have to say, that's a welcome return for the Formula One game. Yes. So as I say, first time I've actually done this as a driver career instead of the my team, which I usually do. So yeah, it should be quite fascinating actually to see how everything works out. So there you go then. Let's continue, and there is of course the vehicle performance comparison chart, and there we are right down the bottom behind Alfa Romeo Racing. Oh god. So our objective is to get as high as we can before we move on to a new team, and hopefully with better performance. And that's basically how the All Seasons works, doesn't it? From hero to zero every single time. And just look at those fresh out of the factory brand new engines and gearboxes. I can just smell them right now. I can smell them. Now, it looks like we can spend a little bit of money here on some driver perks. So this is still in from the usual My Team. So yeah, we might spend a bit of money. What should we have? I quite fancy the power mapping. That sounds sexy. I don't know what it does, but it just sounds... Oh, no engine wear reduction applied. Wow. Well, yes, that's what we need. Definitely. 230 grand of money well spent, I do believe. Well spent. Let's go for the power mapping then. Yes, let's have a bit of that. No engine wear. I like that. Yes, because we do go for our engines quite a lot. So there you go. Our perk has been purchased. Well done. Well done indeed. We've only got 70 grand left in the perk fund, unfortunately. Yes, but there you go. And here it is then. Here's the unveil of our car. It's the Williams, the sexy Williams from 2020. Yes, just look at it. Oh, it's just... It's the Williams from 2020. Don't get too excited now. Don't get too excited. Fantastic. So it's time now to move on to the first Grand Prix at Australia. Yes, Australia for round one of the 2020 season.
Great. You're done with the technician's briefing. Look, I know we've got a lot to get through in FP1, but Will Buxton's been pushing for a quick interview before you head out on track. Don't worry too much. He's a good lad. He's just over there. These media appearances are important for a few reasons. They'll help build your profile and your brand. Plus, your team will get a real boost to their motivation if they hear you praising them. Will, as promised, sorry to keep you waiting.
Ah, mate, not a problem at all, not a problem.
Look, we've got to be out on track in about 5 minutes for FP1, so we can only spare you a couple of minutes max. Is that going to be enough time?
More than enough, we're already set up. Cool, let's go. Set.
Oh, fuck, not Will Buxton. What does this fucking hippie want? Oh, God, I bet it's going to be some boring ass questions, as always. Let's have a look then and see whether it's going to be any boring ass... Oh, look at this, yes. So tell us a little bit about yourself. I'm the 13 times world champion. How many more times have I got to answer these boring questions? After your successful junior? I'm not a Anyway, practice has now been completed at Australia. We got lots and lots of lovely lolly points to put towards our car to make it even better than the potato that it is right now. Yes, even better than the potato. So out we go for qualifying in the glorious sunshine of the Australian Grand Prix. Let's see what fantastic time Hooks is going to put in. And of course his Williams potato car. Well, it's going to be fabulous as we're about to cross the line. We just know it's going to be fabulous. So he crosses the line now and he's going to be... Oh, third place. Oh dear. 2.9 seconds behind the leader. That's not good, is it? That's not good. Anyway, a little bit later qualifying, you can see, well, we're down to 15th place, but we are ahead of our teammate, George Russell, which is always good, always good. But unfortunately, we're not up on our deltas at the moment, so it looks like we're going to stay in 15th position as we're about to come around and cross the line. But of course, we've still got one more run to go in qualifying. Yes, so there you go then. Still 15th place as we now accelerate forward at the end of qualifying. And while we've dropped down to 16th, but we are still just ahead of George Russell. And I think this is possibly going to be it as we cross the line. Is it going to be 16th or lower? I don't know. And it is 16th place, but I think that's still ahead of our own teammate, George Russell, which is pretty decent, has to be said. Let's have a look there. Maxi Boy got pole, and yes, 16th for us, 17th for George Russell. Wowzers, mid-trousers. Okay then, let's do this.
It's finally time once again to begin what promises to be another thrilling season of Formula One action. Pre-season times, subject of so much discussion in recent weeks, mean nothing now, as the cars line up to battle it out for points once again. So let's get this season underway. Welcome to the Australian Grand Prix. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 16 corners and 3.3 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles an hour. The close proximity of the barriers makes accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. Here we are then, Formula One in 2020. The fight for the World Championship all starts here today. Mercedes on the hunt for a 7th consecutive title. They'll have Ferrari and Red Bull to contend with along the way. Williams struggled to find their feet last year. They'll be hoping for a stronger start this time around. And what I wonder of the Renault-powered cars. Will they be able to step forward? Maybe even onto the podium on a regular basis. Plenty to discuss then with Anthony Davidson. He's out of hibernation too, and alongside me in the commentary box once again.
It's good to be back, Crofty. Let's hope for some good racing today. We can't know at this point how competitive these teams are relative to each other, but hopefully nobody is able to run and hide. We want to see these drivers pushing to the limit all the way to the checkered flag.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he starts from pole position. And Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Albon, Bottas, Lando Norris, and Vettel, Ricciardo, Leclerc, Perez, and Carlos Sainz. Ocon, Stroll, Pierre Gasly, and Kvyat. Magnussen, the captain, George Russell, and Roman Grosjean. Raikkonen and Antonio Giovinazzi starts from the back of the grid. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Okay, so once again it's time for the 5 lights to go out on the... Ooh! all seasons career mode. And we say go, go, go. And it's away we go from 16th place. Pretty decent start for Nookster, has to be said. We've got Daniel Kvyat in front of us. We've got Pierre Gasly, but he's going to see if he can slide down the inside of a huge amount of cars. Oh, a little bit of corner cutting there. And contact with Carlos Sainz as well, as you can see. And he's getting mullered. He's getting absolutely mugged off by the cars here. We've got an Alpha Tauri off to the left-hand side. I think that's Pierre Gasly. Yes, it is. We've got Ocon, but look at the dive once again for Nookster. Goes straight past the Renault car, and I do believe he is now just outside the World Championship points. Yes, he is. 11th place, and we got Sainz. Look at this. They're fighting with each other like crazy. It's Sainz, it's Leclerc, it's Sergio Perez as well. What's Leclerc going to do? He's going to dump that inside. I think the McLaren. Yes, he does. Fantastic. So we're now up into the World Championship points. Still on the first lap of the race, and we are already up into the points in our absolute potato car, the slowest car on the grid. And we got Charles Leclerc directly in front of us. Almost made a little bit of contact with the back end of Charles Leclerc there, but we hold on valiantly to this 10th position. So once again, there's an old saying that goes around here that says that the Hookster never gives up and he never surrenders. And don't you know, and look at this, where you can visually see what's going on now. We are chasing Charles Leclerc, holding on for one championship point, and we got Carlos Sainz in the McLaren, who's definitely trying to get past us as we're about to complete the first lap of this Grand Prix at Australia for the F1 2020 All Seasons career. Yes, we are back in Formula One where we belong. As we're about to come round the final corner now and down the start-finish straight to finish lap 1 and go into lap 2, still being chased by Carlos Sainz, as you can see as we go into lap 2. Okay, it's time to accelerate forward after lap 3. As you can see, we are still in 10th position. We'll get a bit of contact from the back though. I think that's Pierre Gasly trying to get past, and he does indeed get past us, as you can see, but I don't know what Douglas is going to do about this. Is he going to see if he can slide down the inside? Yes, he does. Oh, bloody hell, does he save it on the exit? Yes, he does. So, oh no, he doesn't though, because Esteban Ocon actually goes past there, so he's lost the position. He has lost that World Championship point to Esteban Ocon in the Renault car, and that's not good news. And I don't think he's going to be able to catch up to Ocon, because look at this, he's already powering away, and no, that's it, he's gone. And Lance Stroll now, and it's contact with us and Lance Stroll. That was outrageous. Look at this, but he does the dummy on Lance Stroll and manages to slide back into 11th place. Still chasing Ocon, but he has now lost that World Championship point. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. As we accelerate forward after lap 4, still in 11th place. We're now 2 seconds behind Ocon, and we've still got Lance Stroll looking very, very angry behind. Oh, he's gone round. Lancey boy has gone round. He's managed to get it back together again. It's just a tiny little bit of contact, I do believe, between the Hookster and Lance Stroll, and he goes round. But green flags are out. It's all good, and we continue on going. As we accelerate forward after lap 6, still in 11th place. We've now got Ricciardo still in front, but he's now coming for a pit stop. He's coming for a pit stop, so that means we are going to get back into the points. But as you can see, there are cars all over us trying to get past our potato car, and one of them may be succeeding. It's Kevin Magnussen behind. Anyway, we accelerate forward at lap 7. Still in 9th position at the moment. There's more cars coming in for their stops, but of course we haven't come in for our stop yet. 48% wear on the front left, so very, very soon we're going to come in for our stop. But at the moment, we've gone up into 6th position. Fan-bloody-tastic. 6th place for Nookster, just behind Bottas. Yes, in the Mercedes, can you believe? Anyway, we accelerate forward at lap 8. Now it is time for us to come in for our pit stop. We pit from 6th position, lots of cars in behind us as well, as you can see. And the teammate, George Russell, is in as well. Well, hopefully we're not going to hold him up. I don't quite know if we are going to hold him up though. But anyway, the teams are all out, and there are our Williams team. We change onto the harder tyre. Yes, the yellow sidewall tyre. Thank you, lads. And we're going to rejoin. Just looking behind there to see whether actually George Russell was behind. And I think he was, but I don't think we had him up too much. Anyway, we rejoin the race now in 13th position. I don't know whether we've been okay with this. Anyway, as we accelerate for lap 10, as you can see, still in 13th place, and still chasing Carlos Sainz, who's now 5 seconds ahead of us. We've got Grosjean directly behind us, or should I say a little bit behind us, in 14th place. We accelerate for lap 14. Yes, the green flag has come out for some unknown reason. Carlos Sainz is out of the race. You just saw him off there to the right-hand side. Carlos Sainz is out of the Grand Prix, which means we've gone up into 12th position, but I think 12th place is going to be it for us, unfortunately. Just outside the World Championship points. We have actually lost our DRS wing as well, which is not helping. But as we accelerate forward after the last lap of the Grand Prix, you can see that Maxi Boy has won the race, and we are going to finish a very respectable, it has to be said, for our first race on F1 2020 in 12th place. Yes, considering this is the slowest car in in the field is a complete and utter potato. I'm very, very happy to actually cross the line in 12th position for our first race. So here we go then, cross the line. Well done to Luxar. Well done indeed. 12th place. Yes. Fantastic. So there you go then. Our first journey in the Williams Potato is complete, and Kimi Räikkönen gets driver of the day. Wow. Wow. And there is Christian Horner with the funniest hair in show business. Yes. What on earth has gone wrong now? There's Maxi Boy, who won the race in the Red Bull. It could be a Red Bull season for 2020. We'll find out. There's however F1 YouTuber and expat jet. Oh, it's just an embarrassment of riches having all these top guys out there as team mechanics. Yeah, anyway, on to the top step we go. There is Maxi Boy. He holds up his trophy high and says, look at this, lads. I bloody well did it. I won the race. And there goes the champagne over everyone. Once again. Well done, lads. Well done indeed. Wow. So let's go to the points now. Of course, it's pretty academic at this stage because we've only done one race, but we'll go to the points anyway and see where we are. So Max won the race. He, of course, is in the lead. We're in 12th position still with no points on the board, and we're 8th at the moment in the Constructors. So it's time to move on to the next Grand Prix. It's time for Bahrain. Yes, Bahrain. Wowzers. Let's do this. Oh, did you see Claire there give me some words of encouragement? She fancies me, you know. Yes, she does. Yes, she... Anyway, qualifying at Bahrain underneath the floodlights. We cross the line in its third place at the moment. 1.4 seconds behind the leader. Wowzers. Anyway, a little bit later qualifying, you can see that we've dropped out of 14th place at the moment. We are slightly up on our delta time though, so this is going to be quite good. Pretty decent. Should get us up into possibly 12th. No, only 13th position, but still we have gone up a little bit. As we accelerate forward now to the last dying seconds of qualifying, you can see we're still in 13th place, unfortunately. So it looks like that's where we're going to finish, unless we drop down as we're about to cross the line. Just about to find out, is it going to be 14th? Oh, it's 14th already. Is it going to be less than 14th? No, it's 14th. Fantastic. So there you go. 14th position for Bahrain in our potato. Yes, our potato. So Lewis Hamilton got pole position there. We got 14th and only 18th for George Russell, our own teammate. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, let's do this.
We're here again then at a circuit famous for its stunning visuals and thrilling battles for glory. Who will take the spotlight in the Bahrain Grand Prix today? There's no shortage of passing opportunities around the 3.36 miles of the Bahrain International Circuit, with the best at turn 1 of course, and then another soon into turn 4. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, and we could see 1 or 2 flat spots into the tight left-hander of turn 10. Joining me for today's race once again is Anthony Davidson. Now, can I get your take on Max Verstappen? That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Perez, Alexander Albon, and Ricciardo, Vettel, Leclerc, Sainz, and Lando Norris. Gasly, Stroll, Esteban Ocon, the captain, Magnussen, Kvyat, Romain Grosjean, and George Russell. Raikkonen and Antonio Giovinazzi starts from the back of the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
So it's time once again for the 5 lights to go out on the season's clear mode. And we say go, 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 and it's away we go from 14th position. We've got Ocon to the left of us. We've got Stroll, we've got Gasly in front. Look at them, they're all ducking and diving all over the place. And we go to turn 1 and they're just on a deep dive straight down the... Oh, bloody hell. Bloody hell. Oh, a bit of contact there with Maxi Boy, and Maxi Boy has us off, in fact. Wowzers. We've rejoined, but I don't know if he's going to be okay. No, we've got an illegal overtake on Verstappen there, so we've got to hand the position back to Maxi Boy Verstappen as we try to get past Vettel, but no, we've got to give the place back to Maxi Boy. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Okay, so that was good. That was good. So now we are in 6th position at the moment. Wow, 6th position. Fantastic. We've managed to crawl up to 6th place in our Potato Williams, still on the first lap underneath the floodlights. Once again, we are battling with these racing points, and this time though it is Sergio Perez who seems to be in the season at the moment a little bit faster than Lance Stroll. As we come round this very tight left-hander, still holding on to points. Yes, and in fact some very good points in 6th place. Maxi Boy Verstappen is now 1.1 seconds ahead of us, and I think he's going to clear off in fact and be well and gone, because I don't think we've got any chance of catching a Red Bull, especially with the performance level of this Williams, which is, well, it's right down the bottom, isn't it? Yes, right down the bottom. Anyway, still underneath the glorious floodlights, and you can see the dust, the hazy dust sort of dappling through the floodlights. Very nice special effects there from Cobasters. Well done indeed. Anyway, so we come down the final corner now, down the start and finish line to finish the first lap, and we are still holding on to 6th position ahead of Sergio Perez, and of course that racing point car in 7th place at the moment as we accelerate forward now to lap 2, still in 6th place. We've still got the gap to Perez quite reasonable. It's sort of a quarter of a second just over. Verstappen though is now, oh, we've got yellow flag just as the DRS has come out. What's the there's a car slowing down. Just looking at the mini map there, it looks like, not quite sure who it is. It could be a Red Bull, it could be anyone, to be honest, because it's a blue colour. I'm not quite sure, but anyway, we will find out any minute now. Got green flags now, and that car's pulling off, and it's Pierre Gasly. Pierre Gasly is out of the Grand Prix on lap 3. No change to our positions, of course, because he was behind us, but anyway, we accelerate forward to lap 3, and look at this. Perez has got past us, but I don't know what Lewis is going to do. He's going to see if he can dive it down the inside. Oh yes, he does, and Perez has to outbrake himself, and look at that, we just pushed Perez out of the way. A little gentle nudge, I have to say, a little gentle nudge, and we're now back into 6th place at the moment. Yes, as we accelerate forward now to lap 5. We're going to come in early. We're going to try the undercut. The undercut doesn't usually work with Ilster. No, we seem to lose out, but we're going to give it a go and see whether we can do it or not. So there you go then. Lots of teams out as well, and we're going to come in to change from these super soft tyres onto the mediums. Thank you, lads. Nice fast pit stop from the Williams lads there. Oh yes, well done. We are gelling with our team already. Yes, well done, lads. And we rejoin in 17th position. Yes, oh, bloody hell. Anyway, we accelerate forward to lap 6. Still in 17th place at the moment, but hopefully more cars are going to come in. Just look at the mini map. Yes, more cars have thankfully coming to the pit, so I think we should get up into 11th because we're about to pass them all. Let's have a look and see if we do. Oh, it's going to get dicey. But yes, indeedy, Mr. McGreedy up into 11th place, so we are just outside the World Championship points on lap 7. So we accelerate forward to the end of lap 7. Just about to start lap 8, and thankfully the rest of these cars have come in. So are we going to get back into 6th place that we had just before our stop? Just going past the pits, it's going to be it is, yes, wow, the undercut actually worked. I cannot believe it. It never usually works for me, but it did this time, and we have rejoined in 6th place, so we haven't lost anything as we accelerate forward to lap 8. I think we may lose something here though, because Daniel Ricciardo and Honey Badger just stormed straight past us under the DRS, and we're getting mullered down the straights. Look at this, side goes past as well, but looks is going to brake very late into this turn. Oh, is he going to do it? Oh, can he gather it up? Oh, I think he can, yes. Wow, what a great move there. Back into 6th place. He gets a warning collision with Ricardo, but I didn't see any contact there whatsoever. But anyway, there's the stewards for you. As we accelerate forward to lap 9. As you can see, once again though, Carlos Sainz just gets straight past us under the DRS. But this should be an easy move here. Just brake very late. Try and see if we can gather it together. Not go too far on the apex off the left-hand side. And yes, we hold on to 6th position on lap 10 now at this Grand Prix. As we accelerate forward now to lap 14, it's almost the end of the race, and we have managed to hold on to 6th place. 25 seconds though, unfortunately, behind Sebastian Vettel, but he's in the Ferrari, but we are still holding on against Daniel Ricciardo in the Renault, who is right behind us as you can see. But it looks like we are going to get some sharp end points here in our second race of the F1 2020 All Seasons Career Mode, as Valtteri Bottas has just crossed the line, and he has has won the Grand Prix. We are going to cross the line and get some seriously decent points, which is great news for our Potato Williams. As we just come down this final straight before we go to the last turn before the start and finish line, and we just got to hold off from Daniel Ricciardo in the Renault, but he's looking very, very angry behind us, and we've got a Ferrari behind us as well. In fact, the Ferrari of Leclerc's just gone past Ricciardo there, and we are going to cross the line. It's going to be no problem whatsoever in 6th place. Yes, as the fireworks go off, it's fantastic result for the Hookster in the Potato Williams. Now, don't get too excited. I don't think there's going to be many more opportunities for points apart from Bahrain, but there he is, and there he is, driver of the day as well. Wowzers. And there's Toto Wolff, the Terminator. Is your name set? No, it's not. It's not. Every time you ask me that. Unbelievable. Fireworks still going off in the background. And there is the race winner, Valtteri Bottas in the Mercedes. So it was Maxi Boy in the last race. Valtteri has now won this one. Well, that's really going to throw a spanner into the pecking order. And there's Alex Gilliam, occasional F1 YouTuber. Yes. So onto the podium now. I'm such a piss taker. Onto the podium now. There is Valtteri Bottas holding up his trophy high. Yes, well done, Valtteri. Well done. And there goes the champagne over everyone. Yes, well done, Valtteri. Well done indeed. So let's go to those all-important World Championship points now and see where we are after 2 rounds of the Championship. So as you can see, Valtteri Bottas won that. We got 6th place. We've now skyrocketed up into 9th place. Yes, with 8 World Championship points. Maxi Boy still in the lead. In fact, joint lead now with Valtteri Bottas. 40 points. Lulu in 3rd place. And our teammate George Russell, well, he's right down at the bottom. Hasn't scored a single point there. What a complete and utter loser. Anyway, we are now 6th in the Constructors as well. Wowzers. Well, that was an exciting start to the season. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. You have been awesome as always. And yes, of course, there will, of course, be more later.